back.
We're back, Andy Gaunt. It might not be June.
James McGrath.
It might not be June, but it's July. At least it's a July.
Yeah, it's...
We came so close. We came so close in June. We had Nick Murray lined up 1 minute, and then you and I were on the next minute, but before you know it, the whole month is gone.
So you've jumped straight into what I'm calling cancellation watch, and well, I felt bad because I think I cancelled the last time, but I think you cancelled on our friend Nick Murray.
I did,
and I was looking forward to that conversation.
Yeah, I did. It did. Let's actually, if we just decompose that one more time, I cancelled on Nick Murray and you. You cancelled the next time. And then we were actually lined up for last week, and I had to cancel again. So it's 2-1, dude.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sitting here on a Friday. I'm actually cracking open a beer for this episode.
What is this beer? Show me this beer.
Actually, funnily enough, it's called Ruthie. It's from a brewery in Iowa. I think it's Iowa, called Exile Brewing. And we came across it one time and bought it, not for two reasons. One, the logo for it is a barmaid resting two beers on her boobs and pouring the glasses. And two, it's called Ruthie. So cheers to that. And here's another episode of Curve and Canyon.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Dude. Is it too early for a beer on a Saturday morning? Come on, you Aussies. You love it. Come on.
I don't know, dude. I'm not sure I can sit here and watch you drink your wife.
And that's that ruined. Oh, fun. But, mate, it's so good to see you. It's been... Yeah,
and you.
It's been a month. It's been a month.
It's funny because it's well, I was about to say it's really cold here. It's cold by Melbourne standards. So we're talking 15 degrees C.
Oh,
I don't know what
terrible.
That is in Fahrenheit. You idiots have got to get around the metric system.
It's technically not very cold. I'll tell you that much.
It's cold. It's actually cold. 15 degrees lower and we're at 0. And in fact, we've had 0 a few nights this week. So, you go outside, the car's a bit fogged up. I mean, I'm not shoveling snow, but it's very cold. But I'm looking at you, t-shirt, drinking a beer.
That's right.
I'm envious. I don't feel like it's often that you and I are having a conversation where I'm envious of the weather and temperature where you are, but I've got it right now.
Well, there's no Minnesota brown this week, but you could argue that this is Iowa horse piss, because honestly, it's not great. But I just reached for whatever was in the fridge, and there wasn't a Diet Dr. Pepper, and there was one of these left over, so I thought, why not?
Well, I've told you my friends always feel quite depressed when you refer to Minnesota brown. I mean, Melbourne is... We take our coffee pretty seriously here.
Yeah.
So, everyone's been pretty upset every time you mention it. So does this mean, because you have been, I think that there's been good weather, I've seen a bit of content coming from you. It looks like you've been out driving.
Yeah, I have actually been driving several times by myself. I fancied shooting a bit of content, and I haven't really figured out what I want to do yet, but we've had a couple of Porsches and Pancakes drives, some interesting ones. We had the all Porsche show, and for anyone listening, actually, that's part of Nordstern, which is our sort of Minnesota regional Midwest Porsche Club of America. Sometimes,
where's the name Nordstern come from?
Well, it means North Star in German, and we're the North Star state.
Okay. Because it kind of, honestly, it sounds like it's giving legal firm. Hello, this is James McGrath from Nordstern.
From Nordstern, Nordstern. They do great with the track events. They do great with a couple of other sort of regular events in the year. And just recently we had one which was Porsches and Pints, and we talked about that, I think, on the last pod. That was kind of fun. Just a local craft brewery, you pitch up on a Friday, 50 cars there, everyone has a quick beer, and then they go home after work. That was pretty fun. This one's called the All Porsche Show. There must have been 200 cars, maybe 300 cars, every generation, every color you could think of. There was even that funny-looking Boxster that you like so much, and that other funny-looking hypercar, Homer car that I like so much. There was a Carrera GT, and there was a 918 Spider, among everything else. And I took the kids, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, we really do make like the most use of the 4 seasons we get here. So winter is long and cold, but summer, pretty much every weekend there are at least 2 or 3 different car events you can go to, and most of them are Porsche. So good job, Nordstern, if you were listening, or if you're listening now. Good job. That was a wicked event.
What's the funny-looking Boxster I like?
The Carrera GT. There was one there, and I've got to say, it looked pretty good, considering it's a Boxster. It was looking pretty good.
Why do I do this to myself?
Exactly. Why do you put up with this guy? So yeah, no, it's good. But I've got to say, actually, this might be shock horror, and I'm not going through with it. But honestly, there was a moment a couple of weeks ago when, at least for an hour or two, I was seriously considering selling Bluey.
Really?
Just like getting rid of it, being done. And I don't know whether it's because I don't even know what was going on, frankly. I mean, it'd been a tough week. I'm thinking it's almost 10 years now since I've been owning and driving and, maintaining Porsches of various varieties. It's almost next year, I think, will be my 10-year YouTube anniversary. And I just thought, should I knock it on the head? Should I just say I'm done? And because like, how often do I get to drive it? How often do I get to work on it? I've really been enjoying my time with the kids this summer. Maybe I should just be done. Maybe, that's it. Total 911 magazine's not here anymore. So why should I be? I don't know. And for a fleeting moment, for a couple of hours, I was thinking, okay, well, I know a few people that have made offers on my car in the past. Maybe I should get back in touch with them. And I thought to myself, okay, what I'm going to do, because I was going backwards and forwards for a couple of hours, and it was really getting me down. I'm going to walk into the garage. I'm going to get in a car. I'm going to take it for a drive. And if it's not exciting, if it's not absolutely awesome anymore, if there's any part of me that's just like, yeah, it's all right, it's fine, I'm just going to sell it and I'm just going to move on. So I went in the garage, got in the car, fired up the engine, and heard the engine and like, the Porsche, the Soul Performance sound kick in. And I remember distinctly saying to myself, fucking right. And I went for a drive for like 10 minutes. And that was it. I got it out of my system. I didn't even need to drive very far. And I got back to the garage and I was like, geez, what was I thinking? It was just stupid talk.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's my update for the month. Adios.
Well, I'm relieved to hear that news. And it's interesting. I watched a video last night, actually, and a guy in Sweden talking about his Porsche, and he said he had sold a GT4, and he sold it because he wasn't using it, and thought, well, okay, I guess I just don't want the car anymore. But then what he realized was it wasn't the car. It wasn't that he didn't want to use it. It was just about the stage of life that he was at. And life is about chapters or eras, right? Mm-hmm. And we go through, I mean, Taylor Swift said it best, but we go through these eras in our lives where we're focused on different things, and family is a big one, and family takes a huge amount of focus and time and energy. But it doesn't mean that just because you have less opportunity to go and drive this car, that you shouldn't still give yourself the access and opportunity to be able to do so when you can.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can tell you that having had little green off the road for 2 months, last weekend I went for a drive on Sunday in the twisties in my BMW M340i, and that's a good car. It's a great car. It's very fast. It's terrific. But I was like, oh man, because I just wanted to have some kind of experience, having not had one for ages. But I'm like, there is really no substitute for a Porsche in the garage, even if you're using it less.
Oh, totally. And owning it yourself. You know, because like you think about, well, if I really wanted one and I didn't have one, I could rent it off Turo or, you know, maybe a mate to give me a drive. And actually, Ruthie went down that line of thinking because she was asking me, like, is there anything on your mind? And so I talked this through, and she was like, well, I mean, I think you should keep it. You know, it's really important to you, gives you an outlet. But, you know, if you really did want to sell it, I mean, come on, you must have driven Chris's car hundreds of times. Surely he'd let you, you know, take it for a drive for a day or for a few hours. And she looked at my face and she was like, okay, all right, not hundreds of times, but surely dozens of times. And I was like, actually, she was like, well, you've driven it at least once, haven't you? I said to her, and I really hope Chris is listening, I haven't even sat in that car. I haven't yet sat in that car once.
What?
I haven't sat in Chris's car once, and I haven't driven it, and I didn't get to drive his turbo prior to this, and I didn't get to drive his red 992. You know, the only car that I've driven of my mate Chris is his 2015 Cayenne Turbo.
Okay, Chris, we got to talk. This is an intervention. We've not actually met, but Chris, come on, it's time to throw the keys to my boy James here. You got this is.
But you know what though, the other side of that coin, and I'm sure Chris is listening to this now, absolutely pissing himself. But the other side of that coin is, well, Ruthie was like, well, you should definitely keep your car then if he's not going to let you drive his. Thank you. Awesome. The wife's on board 100%. So, Chris, thank you, mate. I mean, screw you, but also thank you because Ruthie's fully on board with me keeping my car because you're a Scroogey bastard.
Wow. So this is interesting because it sounds like you and I have both been having these kind of Porsche existential discussions with ourselves over the past month.
Wait a minute. Is this going where I think it's going? Because I wasn't going to bring it up. Are we talking about a certain Rouge GT4?
It could.
Are we going to talk about that?
Wait, which GT4?
The one you sent me the other day. And you were like, dude, I'm seriously considering buying this car.
Look.
I mean, I don't want to talk about it if it makes you uncomfortable, but that was a fucking gorgeous car.
No, you're not blowing anything up. And yeah, it was. Look, the truth is, it might be time to let go of Little Green.
No, it's not, Andy. You see, that's just wrong. Oh, no, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I am your mate. I should give you, like, an impartial, objective amount of feedback, but I'm too honest.
No, it's not Andy. That's just wrong.
Andy, look, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but you are wrong. So just tell me all the reasons you think you're right, and I'll just like wait until you're finished, and then I'm just going to knock them all down one by one. So come on, let's do it.
Yeah, come at me. Look, here's the truth. I want to keep Little Green until the day I die, and I don't think it's possible I will ever have a cooler car than Little Green. Do you know what I mean? It's a car
totally.
That every time I look at or get in, it's just like this is cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? So you and I were we've been sending each other pictures this morning of potholes. And it was interesting for me to see that because this is a hot topic right here in Victoria right now. We have, well, not to get political, but our government's blown $15 billion on corrupt construction workers doing work in the city over the past 10 years, and so the regional roads have gone to absolute ruin.
Uh-oh.
So much so that after my last Megaloop rally, I had to have a whole lot of suspension work done on Little Green. Had to send off the KWs to be rebuilt. Yeesh. I picked up the car yesterday. Dude, the bill...
Tuppence.
Massive. Just massive. And I don't know. Air-cooled life? I mean, because I drive the car so much...
Do you feel comfortable telling us how much you spent on your suspension?
I did. To be fair, I had some other things done. I had a new clutch slave cylinder put on, an aftermarket one by MPL. My goodness, has that made the clutch feel beautiful.
Another reason to keep it.
Dude, I wish I'd made that upgrade years and years ago. What a change. Just delightful. And a couple of other little bits and pieces. So I'm just finding at the moment I've got a little bit of resentment to just what the car costs, what the constant headspace of it's just constantly occupying space in my head, where the last 2 years, honestly, mate, I've been really focused on my business, really focused on my work.
Yeah.
And I look at I was talking to my pal Rocco the other day. He's got a Cayman GTS 4-litre, beautiful, carmine red, manual, red deviated stitching, carbon fiber inserts, just like... And I said to him, I know, I'm so jealous of what your experience is right now, because you come on a drive, you go home, you wash the car, you put it in the garage, you don't think about it again other than when you step out in the garage and look at it until the next drive. And you take it for its service, and it's a cap price service, and if there's anything weird or wrong, it's covered under warranty, and you don't feel your nuts tighten every time you go to pay a bill. So, yeah, look, there's just a part of me that is like, I've had the car for nearly a decade, and perhaps it's time. I can't have two. I had two for a while, but I can't do that right now. And perhaps it's just time to have a different experience.
Andy, what is going on? I'm drinking beer. I haven't seen a coffee in your hand yet, and we're both talking about selling our Porsches. Curb and Canyon listeners, if you're driving, pull over safely. I don't want anybody getting into accidents. Chris, if you're at home washing your car because you haven't driven it in 6 weeks, put the soap down. Put the sponge down. Take a seat.
I feel like we need to play a bit of Bon Jovi, Keep the Faith.
Well, I had a bit of a wobble, but I am like firmly committed to Bluey Tooey. And also because part of my rationale was, well, I'll sell it, and actually I'll get quite a bit of money in my pocket, and I'll keep hold of it, and in 6 months' time, I'll get that GT3. Well, I also thought then, well, how am I going to close the $200,000 gap in 6 months to get that GT3? Yeah. So that's not a good idea. I'm going to keep it. Yeah, but with Little Green, all right, you've just shelled out a couple of grand because, I mean, is it directly related to the quality of the roads and those giant potholes? Is it, maybe not? Because any other car you're going to buy, surely you're going to be driving in the same road conditions. The risks of damaging your suspension are about the same. So it's a little bit of a wash. But is this the straw that's breaking the camel's back, potentially?
I tell you what, look, here's the thing. As you know, I've toyed with this idea now for a couple of years. And God, my poor, long-suffering friend Gerard, who...
My mate
God,
Gerard.
The amount of conversations... Yeah, that's right, your mate Gerard. The amount of conversations I've had with him about this sort of stuff. And it was
he tells me, Andy, constantly quibbling back and forth. He never shuts up.
So I found there was a red 981 GT4 that came up for sale, actually locally a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, gee, that looks good, and I sent it to him. I thought, hey, have a look at this, and I didn't say anything about getting rid of Little Green or anything. I just said, have a look at this GT4. And he responds and he says, maybe this is you, man. Maybe it's back into the GT4 and say goodbye to old car troubles and being cool. Son of a bitch.
I think that's a little harsh, to be fair. I mean, I think you're still considered cool if you drive a GT4. But not as cool.
Yeah, it's not in the same way. No.
Not as cool.
Look, and so to answer your question, it's not... The car being off the road for 2 months has just given me a bit of distance where I haven't, been going out into the garage every night looking at it and thinking, how could I ever sell this thing? So no, it's not... You're right about the quality of the roads. That's an issue regardless. But... every year I have these sorts of costs that come up. There's a something, and it might not be that scale, but I go and get something fixed, and it's $800 or it's $750. And by the way, this is not to be critical of my friends at Nine Auto. Those guys are fantastic, have looked after me now for nearly a decade, and there's absolutely no issue there. But it's also, as I think about going and doing rallies, like 3-day rallies, I'm going to Tasmania in February, and Kat's going to fly over at the end of that 3-day rally and meet me, and we're going to spend a week touring around. And I think, I really loved my GT4 when I had it, and it's just it just could be time for a different experience. And if I sell the 964, will I regret it? Yes. Of course I will. I've got no doubt about that. Can I replace it? Not exactly, but can I get another 964? Yeah. Could I get a different air-cooled car one day? Yeah. Right now, I just want the ease.
Yeah. All right. All that's just a load of old bollocks.
I'm not committed to this, by the way. I'm not committed to this.
Well, how about this? Why don't you give your keys to a mate and just say, take my car for a couple of weeks, and just experience walking outside and not having the car there for a couple of weeks? Are you going to miss it? Is it relief? Do you feel that sort of like wave of relief that it's not there anymore? That might help you make your decision.
But and that's the thing, I've just done that for 2 months. The car's not been here.
No, okay.
So it's been in the garage. Been at the shop.
Yeah, but while it's been at the shop.
So the garage has been empty.
Yeah, okay. All right.
No, so it's given me that distance. And look, I collected the car yesterday. I got in it, and the first thing I thought was, man, this thing, every time I get in the car after a long spell, I'm always amazed by how actually new and modern it feels. Like it feels and looks old, but it's so taut. It's there's no rattles, creaks. It feels like it rolled off the production line, 2 months ago. But I drove straight to my local Porsche dealer and had a look at a car. I drove my 964 there and got out and went
in Little Green?
In Little Green.
It's like taking your wife to a strip club.
I parked down the street so Little Green wouldn't have to see it. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like, honey, we just come in. hold my stack of wands. Oh, the shame. The shame.
Well, so it does bring me to my next topic, which is that I did test drive a car.
Oh. So wait. You saw that 981. That was the one you sent me?
The red one?
Yeah. So that was really nice. Yep. Okay, all right. But you've been to the Porsche garage while Little Green was just sitting there, rusting, crying, as you're playing around with a new car. What did you test drive? Don't tell me it was something boring like a 992 Turbo. What was it? It was, wasn't it?
No, it was not. No, I'll give you. Come on, let's play a little game. You got to ask some questions and let's see if you can figure it
out. Okay, is it a car that I like?
No, it says that in the show notes, dickhead. James isn't going to like it.
Oh, okay. Was it the Boxster GT? Did you get to test drive a Boxster GT?
What even is a Boxster GT? That's not even a car.
The Carrera GT.
Jesus fuck.
Look,
can you try and act like you know what you're talking about?
All right. So you test drove a car. Is it a current generation? Is it a modern current generation?
It's definitely modern. It's definitely modern.
Is it the Cayman side of the house or the Carrera 911 side of the house?
The former.
Was it a 718 GTS?
I'm watching you calculate, being like, wait, what does...
I know exactly.
What does former mean?
I was actually thinking, wait, what did I say first?
I know this isn't a video podcast, but guys, if you could have seen James's eyes then on FaceTime, you could see his face being like, wait, what does that mean? Former, which...
No, it wasn't that. It was, wait, did I say Carrera first or Boxster first? Look, I'm telling you, I'm almost down to the end of my first beer here, and I've got another 5. This is going to be a really fun podcast. It was at 718. GTS. It was, wasn't
It
it?
was a 718 generation.
718 generation. Okay, so but not a GTS.
Nope.
Was it the 718 GT4?
No.
All right, I give up because I've literally got dregs in the bottom of this can.
Can't
You're going to
think of
tell me
anything
while
else.
I finish this one. I was going to say, well, was it like is the new Cayenne?
You're going to start making up numbers.
Is the new Cayenne also a 718?
Yeah, he's like, was it a 719?
Shan, so it was a 718. It wasn't a GTS. It wasn't a GT4. How are you in any way interested at the car that you drove at this point? Was it the base 718?
No.
No, it's a 718 Boxster, not a 718 Cayman.
Not exactly.
Oh,
Spider.
It was the Spider. Oh my goodness. So I've heard, and I've heard several people say recently that the 718 Spider is like the Porsche to own.
Yeah.
That's the sweet spot in every sense in terms of how it looks, how it drives, its spec, everything. Was it good? Was it really, really good?
It was very good. It's very good. I mean, look, it has problems. I don't know if I'm an open top motoring guy. I've never had an open top car before. I've borrowed the old 986 Boxster that was the loan car from 9 Auto a bunch of times and made a video on that car. Loved driving that, even though it was a hunk of junk. This thing, I mean, it is a GT4, right?
Just think how big your quiff could get.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true. That's true. Yeah. Although it kind of blew down. I ended up looking like when Michael Scott tries to look like Jim. But no, I mean, it is a GT4. It's a GT4 with those gorgeous double bubble humps at the back. Mm-hmm. I think of the 718 generation cars, I think it is the best looking one.
I think you're right.
Totally.
Come
at me with an argument otherwise. Even a GT4, because I actually think I love a GT4. I think the profile of a GT4 can look a little bit awkward. There's just the design on this is perfection. The challenges are, do I want an open top car? Is that something I really want? 2, the roof is a bit of a faff. Mm-hmm. It's not as bad as the Spider RS with all of its poles and all of that rubbish where you're basically putting up a tent on the back of your car. but it is, you do have to jump out to put it up or take it down. And I've seen 2 videos now with Petrol Ped, who owns a Spider, where he's been caught in the rain and it looks a bit grim. Yeah. So that's a problem. And then the other problem is in spite of the fact that it's not called a Boxster Spider, it is only a Spider. Mm-hmm. You're not kidding anyone. It's a Boxster.
No, I don't. I don't agree with that. No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely not. No. I would put the. I wouldn't agree with that at all. I would say it's a 718 Spider. It's not a Cayman. It's not a Boxster. It's the Spider.
That's fascinating.
It sits in its own category. I would say. I mean, there are some parallels with the Speedster.
Yeah.
Parallels there with the Speedster. But you know how much I dislike convertible 911s. I think I'd happily have a Speedster, even though I don't fully understand why. Probably because it's just everyone thinks it's cool, so I'd have one. But actually, if you gave me the choice between, if we consider those cars peers to one degree or another, I would have the Spider every day of the week over the Speedster. Same generation, same age, same trim, all those options. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely love it. And my friend Christian just recently, he bought himself a Spider. I think it was a 981 Spider, not the current generation. Could be wrong.
Yep.
Still looks absolutely gorgeous. He's added that. He's got a 992 Carrera S, and he's also got a 991.2 Carrera, and he's like he's Mr. Soul Performance, tunes them, loves them. He's going absolutely nuts with this Spider. And then in the Twin Cities here, my friend Henry, he has a 981 and a 718 Spider in two different colors. And he drives them for different reasons, but he's like, I'm only ever going to buy and drive Spiders. He absolutely loves them. So
that's fascinating.
I don't think you need to worry about the Boxster, kind of polluting your thoughts about it.
And I'm not really. It's interesting what you're saying about your friend who has a C2S and some other things, because that's the one thing, right? This would be my only car, and so, or my only Porsche, at least. It's not my daily. So it's whether is it. I can get into a GT4 or a GTS 4-litre, and it's the car for every occasion, whether it's warm, cold, sunny, raining, doesn't matter. The car's always the same, always great. Whereas the Spider definitely you have a compromise there, which is that if the weather's a bit shit, you're driving a soft top car that's, I don't know, I just don't think I don't love the idea of driving a soft top with the roof up for some reason. So it's whether I'd get sick of it. But then, do you know what? The other thing about this is that if I were to sell Little Green, I don't ever want to put myself in the situation again where I have a quote-unquote car for life, right? Yeah. It's like this next car might be a car I have for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then move it on and try something else. The point of selling, the car that I love and adore would be to have other experiences, not to go into another car that I have for a decade.
Yeah. It's funny. Ruthie jokes with me every time I've bought a 911. And I said, this is it. This is it, honey. I love this car so much. This is my car for life. Like I'm 5 911s in 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's not the case. Yeah. And as much as I love Bluey too, and as much as I nearly, I was flirting with the idea of selling it the other day. I'm in it for the long haul, but I don't see myself driving that when I'm 60 or 70.
Nah.
So all right. From the outset, I was absolutely terrified that you were going to sell Little Green. If you're going to replace it with a Spider, so long, Little. Jog on. But don't replace it with a vanilla GT4. That would be my only advice.
Oh, I wouldn't mind another GT4, I tell you that. I drove my mate Kale's 718 GT4 up what's the name? Falls Creek Mountain, and my goodness. Mind you, I mean, that's the thing. When I went in this Spider the other day, 4-litre GT4 with a roof down, what an experience.
Yeah,
cool. Pretty cool.
And when I say vanilla GT4, I mean,
no, I get it.
If you're going to get a GT4, get a nice spec GT4,
Yeah.
All that deviated stitching, Andy, and carbon fiber until you can't take it anymore.
Yeah. It's amazing. Do you ever see specs on cars and you think, why'd you spec it that way? Like, why did you not?
Yes.
Anyway,
there was one I saw the other day. In fact, actually, it was the 1-for-1 Sonderwunsch. Did you see that one from the other day? It was like Turkish delight flavor interior. Like, oh my God. They really
you can't buy taste.
So look, speaking of new models, we're going to move on.
Oh, man.
In our show notes that you kindly prepared.
We've got to move on, and there's so much going on.
There is so much going on. There's so much to talk about. I feel like there have been some very positive bits of news flying around and rumors flying around, which I'm super excited about. I am sad to see, I think as of yesterday or even this morning, Porsche have announced like 3,800 jobs are going.
Yeah, dude.
Which is sad, which kind of, let's talk about that very briefly, because that kind of tags on to the bit of a downer we've had on the brand in the last couple of pods. Where are they financially? Where's their strategy? What does this mean longer term? We even started talking about product marketing a little bit last time. So layoffs are never fun at all, and I'm really sad to see that. But as far as what we're here to talk about in terms of the new models coming, or potentially, I'm excited.
Well, then, based on what you've just said, let's jump quickly to point 3 here, which is the internal combustion engine version of the 718. And I don't want to spend too much time talking about 718s because we've obviously just done so. But there's been pretty strong indication from CEO Michael Leiter. Michael Later, that there are going to be internal combustion engine versions of these cars because we keep seeing spy shots, right, of EV Boxsters going around the Nürburgring, and it's like, okay, so it's clearly happening. The EV version seems as though it's still going to come. But he has talked about the fact that it wants to continue attracting new customers to the brand. And the Boxster and the Cayman is where that happens, right? I think I've said before, I've seen at car meets in Australia that what would have once been what's the collective noun for a group of Porsches? I don't know. A group of Caymans and Porsche, a parliament of Porsches, of Caymans and Boxsters is these days at BMW M2s, because that's the kind of now entry level European two-door sports car that you can get for a reasonable price. Porsche doesn't offer that anymore, so they do need that. And the reporting, based on an interview he did with Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung.
The Frankfurt News.
Yeah, if I hadn't acted like I butchered that, I reckon I just would have got away with it. He's reported that we're going to see both EV and combustion versions. So they've not sort of specified what those are going to look like or launch dates. But, gee, I hope they come soon, because I think that's important for the brand.
Either we were led astray by clickbait, or they've just suddenly woken up and decided that the obvious path forward is the smart path forward. I mean, we talk about getting that platform almost all the way to rolling out the EV versions, but no, the rumor is we're going to stop it completely. All of this R&D that we've been pumping into it for the last 4 or 5 years, forget it, we're going to write it all off. That sounded stupid. So hopefully that's not the case. And also, we're only going to do an EV Cayman Boxster. There isn't going to be an internal combustion engine. That also sounded stupid. So maybe it was all just clickbait. Maybe we've treated Porsche unfairly, and they're now just getting to the point where it's like, okay, all right, well, you want to know about our strategy? It's the obvious thing to do. We're going to try and put out some of these as EVs, and we're going to keep doing the internal combustion engine.
Can I ask? Do you often make serious points while applying lipstick? What are you doing?
Dude, I've got really chapped lips. And actually, this is really embarrassing. This is Gracie's lip balm, and it's red.
He's putting on this like peach berry lipstick while he's talking. While you were making, I think, probably the most articulate point you've ever made on the show.
Oh, that's hilarious. You're welcome. Thank you, Grace.
I don't think it's clickbait, right? I don't think it's clickbait. I think their intention was always, as they said, that we are going to go down a full EV path with that 718 platform. And, if you rewind, what are we talking, 4 years, when they started talking about this, that seemed an appropriate course of action in a way. Not that I agreed with it, but I'm like, okay, the writing's on the wall. Everything's going EV. That's where the world's headed. Why not be at the forefront of that? I mean, my personal view would have been, okay, cool, come up with an EV roadster, but keep the 718 as its own thing. But I'm sure, they're looking at data that we obviously don't have access to. But the world of cars has changed. China has completely changed the global automotive market, and they've had to pivot. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And like I say, I think it's Car Spotter Jerome. We're seeing so much content from him of EV Boxsters. So it's clearly coming. It's clearly coming.
And that's based on, did you say data? I'm pretty sure that's data, but that's for another day.
Just says the guy wearing lipstick.
Captain Picard, Commander Riker, and Data.
Data. All right, so
all right,
let's talk about this other thing.
Well, look, there are 2 stupid things and 1 good thing. So are we going to talk about the good thing first, or are we going to go for one of the stupid things?
I don't know. Which is the stupid thing? Oh, we'll get
there are 2 of them.
See. Go on, you go.
All right, let's go for it. Let's finish off the conversation with the EVs. The Taycan with an E-shift mode. Is this as stupid as it sounds, or have I just like missed something?
You haven't missed anything. I thought this was the dumbest idea I'd ever heard.
I'm glad it's not just me.
But I watched some videos on it and I thought, you know what? Yeah, fair enough. I watched every video I saw of it. The journalist kind of went into it saying, this is the dumbest thing ever. It's just the stupidest idea. But then every one of them drove the car, made the shifts, the way they've calibrated it to so you actually feel the shifts. They're all kind of looking at the camera saying, well, you know what? It's all right. Like, the truth is, I don't give a shit. It's a Taycan. Who cares? I'm never going to drive one, never going to own one. They don't interest me in the least. If someone wants to have a Taycan and get a little bit more out of that experience by quote unquote shifting, and I'm making the quote fingers, then yeah,
but
have at it.
Yeah, so that's one side of it. Fair enough. But for a company that is so intentional with its design decisions and everything is about perfection and precision and all of that good stuff, in what way is this helping the drive or improving the drivability or the way it holds the road? Or it's just adding a game controller from an Xbox like into an electronic car, because you know what, that sounds fun. You know, like does it do anything that's meaningful to anything?
Can I tell you, I don't know what alternate universe I'm sitting in today, because you seem to be making a lot of sense today.
It's the beer, dude. I'm telling you.
You need to drink more beer when we're doing these podcasts. Because you know what? I have no credible argument against what you just said. So can we move on from EVs?
Let's move on from EVs. So let's tackle the other stupid one as well. Why is the new 992 GT3 RS turbocharged engine not a GT2 RS? What is going on?
Well, so this is the thing, right? So many people have been posting, and again, I think Carspotter Jerome and a bunch of people, all of this footage of the quote-unquote new 992.2 GT3 RS testing at the Nürburgring, and everyone saying, wow, it clearly has a turbo. Now, Porsche does seem to set patterns quite regularly in terms of their kind of rollout of models and submodels, right?
Yes.
And so if you look at the 991 generation, we had the 991.1 GT3 RS. Then with the 991.2, that's when we get the turbocharged GT2 RS. Yeah. So it just feels to me as though surely this car that we are seeing with the huge wing, the 992 GT3 RS style body kit, but a turbocharger, surely that is the GT2 RS, no? But seemingly not.
Like, Porsche have been predictable up until about the last 18 months. And coincidentally, that's when their finances went in the toilet. So it, like, again, are they acting out of desperation? Are there morons in charge of that company at the moment that weren't there 5 years ago? They're like, all right, guys, what are we going to do next? Let's see how we can just completely shake things up and hope it works. It just screams of either ineptitude or inexperience or desperation to me.
Well, look, the reality is these Euro 7 standards, right, that have been coming, they are having a massive impact on Porsche's ability to continue to deliver a high horsepower, high performing, naturally aspirated engine. And you know, I think it was Haggerty did a 3-car test with the GT3 RS, the Corvette, and that crazy Mustang. And, the GT3 RS came second to the Corvette because it's got the best downforce, no problem about that, best through the corners, but just doesn't have the power to be able to compete. And it's not necessarily that Porsche couldn't extract more out of it. They just can't extract more out of it while staying on the right side of the emissions laws that they're confronted with. So most of their work in the GT department in retaining that naturally aspirated engine has been how the hell do we just make sure we can keep it? And so with the 992.2 GT3, they've shortened all of the ratios to make it feel punchier, because it's actually, the car's getting strangled by all of these other anti-emissions things. And Preuninger did come out and say that, and this was in April, when he was asked how long that naturally aspirated 4.0 could continue without any sort of forced induction or hybrid, he said in Europe, probably only a few years without any substantial changes. And then when asked directly whether the next GT3 engine could be turbocharged, his answer was, it might be.
So if that's the case, why wouldn't you just retire the GT3 line and have the GT2 line continue?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think, well, I would say you'd go whatever the next model designation's going to be, 994 or something. Maybe with the 994 GT3, that would be the first time you say, okay, here's the new GT3 that's hybrid or it's turbocharged or whatever. But I think you're right. You don't have to release another GT3 RS for this second gen. So just sit with that. You've already released the new second gen GT3. That's done. So do a turbocharged GT2 RS and have at it that way. It's strange. I'm still not convinced.
So like, and maybe this is, I don't know, like, now I definitely need another beer. Why would anyone care if Porsche is being outperformed by a Corvette, an American car? Like, is there a world GT race where 911s compete against Corvettes and therefore it's like super important? Is it anything other than ego or the idea of just keeping Porsche on top constantly? Because those cars are more power. You don't need any more power in those cars. For what? Like, why do you need more power? They're already completely overpowered and ridiculously way overspec'd and overpowered for driving on regular roads. Your average, Porsche enthusiast that might take them on the track, it's already too much car for them. We're not building this car to for F1 or the equivalent. Like, so what?
But I think that's where there's a bit of a difference, right, between a GT3 and a GT3 RS, because a GT3 is the amazing road car that you can take to the track. Yeah. But a GT3 RS is supposed to be, I mean, it doesn't even have a frunk, right? It is a track-focused car. And, one of the things I read this week that was interesting to me was, remember when the GT3 RS, when the spy shots first started emerging and we're all looking at that rear wing and saying, that can't be real. There's no way they're doing that. So you got to stop and ask yourself, why did they do that, right? Why would they build a road car with that insane level of aero? There's only one reason. It's so that road car that you're going to take to the track most of the time has insane amounts of downforce so that it can corner incredibly fast, which allows it then to make up for the time that it's losing because it's actually not that quick, because they've squeezed all of the juice out of that 4-liter engine. Yeah, so I see why they would want to turbocharge it. Every time I see one of these posts on Instagram and it says turbocharged GT3 RS, I still just think, no, it's a GT2 RS. But I'm starting to get the feeling I'm wrong.
It's the 12-year-old that's posting that, trying to get engagement, that just doesn't understand the difference between a GT3 RS.
But this is, and that's what I keep thinking. But I don't think it's. But I actually think there's some. I'm starting to get a sense that maybe it's not just a 12-year-old posting it, that these people know what they're talking about.
Maybe it's the 12-year-old in charge of Porsche marketing. and product strategy who doesn't know what he's doing or she's doing.
We're back to that.
We are. Come on, just fucking figure it out.
Okay, so let's go to something kind of kooky and interesting. Have you seen this GT3 with the ducktail?
I love it. Well, I love ducktails. The 996 ducktail, the 997 ducktail, epic. Previous generations, epic. Was it the 991.1 that was available with the ducktail? I didn't actually really like that. This is a little. That was the sports package. It's a little bit like that, but I love seeing a good ducktail. That's good enough. I don't mind it. I could live with it. Where do you fall on the duck spectrum?
Do you know what? I'm not really a fan of a ducktail.
Oh.
In fact, let me rephrase that. I like a ducktail on a modern Porsche, but honestly, 2.7 RS, when I see people put ducktails on 964s, I hate them.
I don't think I've ever seen a 964 with a ducktail. Really?
Like Workshop 5001 did this amazing build, but it's got this ducktail. It just looks pox. But a GT3 with a ducktail, I mean, it's not my bag, but
have it. Looks
do you know
great.
What? It's fine. I thought it was just some aftermarket jobby, but apparently Jörg Bergmeister was doing the testing, driving it at the Nürburgring, so that seems to have the smell then of something more official.
You know, I wish my name ended with Meister. Sounds really good. James McGrath Meister.
Yeah.
Auto Amateur Meister. We need a few more Meisters. You know, I've been watching the World Cup, and there are so many great names, like Von Bergstadt Heidelglaum. I don't know. Yeah. That's a great name. Give me a Meister.
Yeah. I can see you as a Meister. Knobmeister.
As I choke on my second beer. Waitress,
all right. Shall we talk video of the week?
Let's okay, all right, we can talk video of the week. Honestly, this video of the week kind of makes me feel a little bit sick. I mean, yes, it's great, yes, it's just, you keep sending me these videos that maybe, I don't know, maybe we've got like different working assumptions. I expect a video of the week to be something that's made by a YouTuber, made by someone who's out there trying to make great content, and we're going to give them a little bit of a spotlight. What have you done this week? You're shining a light on Top Gear. Well done, Top Gear, with your millions of dollars of budget, with your ability to bring together resources from all around the globe. Andy thinks you've made a good video. Fucking shocking. This isn't that nice guy who takes his car out and drives through the Black Hills or whatever it is, the Schwarzwälder Black Mountains in Germany. No. Let's give Top Gear a pat on the back. So go on. What have we got?
All right. You know what? No, fuck off. I'm not going to talk about Top Gear. Because, all right, do you know what? Again, I don't know what fucking universe I'm living in, but you make a fair point. You make a good point. We're going to totally change our whole shtick, dude. This is like...
it's like Australia, like winter, summer. When it's summer here, I make all the sense. When it's summer there, you make all the sense.
When did I start being the moron in this relationship?
I don't know. But so let me just ask the question. And it's also, what did Top Gear tell us was the greatest 911 of all time? And who, the one thing that was good about that video actually was seeing all the very different hosts and drivers and so on. But yeah, what was the car? Which one did they say was the greatest 911 of all time? And if it's convertible, I'm going to go fucking ape.
No, so they had, I mean, it was an incredible mix of cars, right? And to be fair, I sent you this from the show notes 3 weeks ago, so I am just bringing it up again so I can see what the models were. But no, I mean, it's an incredible mix. You have You have the 2.7 RS, you have the 964 RS, you have the 993 RS, you have the 997 GT3 RS 4.0, you have the 991.2 GT2 RS, and then the 911 ST. Now, any one of those on their day, I mean, just what an incredible mix. And in the end, they didn't crown just one. They crowned one air-cooled and one water-cooled. So the 993 got the gong in the air-cooled, and you could just tell Jethro was driving that car and just cacking himself laughing. And then it was, I think the GT3 4.0 got the nod on the water-cooled stuff. So there you go. Anyway, that's all I'll say about that.
No worries. I know you're trying your best. There's only so much you can do. I don't think there was any mention of the old GT3 convertible. That didn't make it into the top 50, did it? What does that tell you?
It didn't, but I tell you what's happened this week. The embargo's been lifted. There's a bunch of content dropped this week with the GT3 convertible.
Oh,
and,
God.
Dude, people are loving it.
What kind of people?
I don't know. Sam from Seen Through Glass. Actually, he had an interesting take on it because he was like, I mean, his actual his headline on his YouTube video is "I found my next Porsche," but he did say, watching him driving it, you could just tell he was just losing his mind over how good it was. But he did say that he couldn't quite come to grips with the look.
Oh, yeah.
He felt it just, that rear end looks a bit kind of bulbous. So, yeah, he wasn't so sure about that. But, yeah, you look at this, the haters were wrong. That's Chasing Cars, an Australian mob. Yeah, that's all. Naysayers be damned. Auto Trader Canada. Yeah, there's a lot of positivity.
Auto Trader Canada.
Oh, I don't know. Hey, I'm scrolling through. I'm trying to research on the fly. What are you doing? Wearing your stupid red headphones and drinking a beer. Where's old James? I prefer him.
So did you have a favorite in the video? What was your favorite?
I mean, is it incredibly predictable if I say my favorite was the 964 RS?
It's a little bit predictable. I don't think you're going to like my favorite, and I'm now struggling to find the exact model. But it was the blue 993. I think it was an RS with the big.
Yeah, the 993 RS. Oh, you don't think I'm going to like that? Are you serious?
Well,
I love that.
You're not a massive fan of the 993 generation in general, though, are you?
Oh no. Oh, yeah, no, I am. I love a 993.
Oh, you do? Okay, all right. Okay, so no offense to any 993.
Yeah, no, that car, I have no problem with that car winning. That was nuts.
That car, just the color, maybe because it's in absolutely epic condition, the whale tail on the back of it, the stance. I love that car. Absolutely love that car. That was probably my favorite of all of them.
Yep. No, I agree. It's pretty hard to top. And look, if I had to pull out a YouTuber video for this week, I would say big congrats to Soul Drives for collecting a sapphire blue metallic 981 GT4 and taking that on a road trip through Switzerland, Susten Pass, all of those roads that you're super familiar of from every other YouTube video you've ever seen. But that one is worth a look because he captures that car beautifully, and it's a stunning GT4.
That's a channel I think that deserves way more subscribers than it has. I think it's got like 150k. I love his content. We've had him as video of the week a couple of times. That's
not bad though. He's only been around for 2 years.
I'm crying into my own subscriber bucket because I've been in nearly 10 years, but no, he deserves way more than that, even in 2 years.
You want to talk about no subscribers? Talk about me.
Well, it helps if you put a video out every 5 years. That would be useful. Right. Did nobody tell you that? Do you not have a YouTube champion?
No, I was wondering where I was going wrong.
Oh, there you go. Well, mate, another absolute cracker of a pod. I'm very proud of us for coming together.
I think the audience will decide on that.
Well, we didn't make it in July. Sorry, we didn't make it in...
I've enjoyed this, though.
It's been fun. It's been great. We didn't make it in June, but we're here, almost kind of still in the beginning of July. And there'll be another one soon. Maybe, Andy, I'll pick video of the week next time. Maybe.
Do you know what?
What do you think?
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you have a go at it. But if it's shit, I'll veto it. I tell you what, though.
I don't want to tread on your toes.
Well, hey, imagine by next time, I mean, based on the conversation today, who knows what will have happened? We'll have a GT3 RS turbo, Bluey will be gone, Little Green will be gone. You'll be out of the Porsche community and shut down your YouTube channel. I mean, this could be it.
It could be. This might be the last one.
In fact, here's the clickbait headline for this week's pod. Could this be the last ever Curb and Canyon pod?
Don't say it. You take that back. Well, guys, thanks for checking in. And seriously, if this is our last pod, it's been fun. And you take that back.
It's not the last pod.
Adios.
Thanks, gang. See you soon.